Hi there, and welcome to a recap of episode 4 of our Zenya campaign, which is really just the Lost Mines of Phandelver and my silly little world that I created. Welcome, and sorry it didn't actually record. It did, but not any voices of the people in person. I switched over to a different overlay inside OBS, and that actually had us muted on that scene overlay. So you lost the whole episode. Or I lost the whole episode because basically I'm the one who wants these. Anywho, I'm going to summarize it for you as best I can in hopefully under 5 minutes. So what ended up happening this episode is after they captured Glassstaff inside the mansion, if you've been following along, they force him to lead them out of there after finding a letter from this signed black spider who's been trying to kill them off since the very beginning during the first goblin ambush. It would appear he's trying to get them off the dwarf's trail for whatever he found. Leading themselves through the mansion, they end up hearing some scraping, some screams, but to no avail do they actually check. The party wants to go regroup because they know about the high reinforcement count of red brands hidden inside this mansion, as their trust with Glassstaff is as thin as ice. As they're going through this mansion, the first test shows up when a passphrase he suggests using to stop the skeletons they find guarding these caskets inside the basement of the mansion proved to be true. And the phrase does work, and they all seem to trust Glassstaff a little more after he's led them past a bunch of traps. That is, until they go into a hallway right near the exit, and since Glassstaff likes to talk far too much, the group at this point has threatened to gag him if he misspeaks out of turn, and one of our teammates unearths a pitfall trap, but thankfully everyone's able to use their teamwork to get across. As they enter what would have been the first area they would have came into if they hadn't found the secret entrance, they see on the stairs leading up into the actual mansion 2 bugbears and a goblin coming out. The 2 bugbears are bullying the goblin, causing him to fall off the top ledge of the stairways leading out and onto the floor where there is a cistern. And you can actually see a fountain too right next to it. A battle ensues where the bugbears start fighting with our heroes on all different levels. Arrows are shot and axes are thrown, flails. But in the end, Glassstaff is put into a barrel for safekeeping because they're worried he's going to escape. Sadly, he is able to escape and dives into the fountain to find his secret emergency pouch. This is where he was trying to go originally when a character surprised him. He kept this here so he could have a quick escape. It has a change of clothes, it has money, and an invisibility potion. He pops it mid-fight as the mansion is struck by lightning. Smoke begins to fill the bottom of the mansion as it burns turn after turn. The bugbears, seeing this battle as hopeless, one of them wedges themselves inside one of the doorways, locking Flamma still in that hallway with the trap, with more red brands coming that way. Once they are stuck in that doorway with a dead bugbear, they are forced to turn around, and Flamma investigates the screams. Once he opens up that door that they passed earlier, it's actually a jail cell, and you see a young woman with an elder woman and a young child in one cage, and there are 2 boys in the other cage. These are elder men. One seems to be crushed by the wood beams collapsing in from the fire upstairs, and the person holding above those beams from completely crushing him is a individual with a wolf shirt with rivets on it. Once Flamma is able, with some lucky rolls, to get him out of the jail cells and break open the doors, the group is able to free the other team as well. The pinned individual is unable to walk, and Flamma has to put it onto his back, but he notices a very familiar tattoo of an elephant tusk on this individual, and it is a brand, not so much a symbol of affection, but one of a slave. As everyone begins to file out, before they reach the secret entrance where Sel, the Nothic, was originally hiding, we had a pursuit with Aerie. When Glassstaff popped the potion and left, Aerie immediately disengaged with the fight and pursued him. Shooting random arrows and trying to trace his water stains, he ends up finding Glassstaff in the clutches of the Nothic, who's able to smell Glassstaff despite his invisibility. The Nothic has Glassstaff beaten within an inch of his life when Aerie bargains with the Nothic to give it to him. Cell, grateful for them bringing Glassstaff to him, agrees and gives Glassstaff over to the party. Then Cell, the fleeing Red Brands, and the rest of the party catches up to leave the mansion before it collapses in. Flamma and his crew are just barely able to escape as the mansion collapses. As they get outside, the Red Brands scatter into the forest, and our team of heroes climb up to the top of the hill and try and regather themselves. As they take a look at the massive fire on top of the mansion, they're able to turn around and see Fandlin is on fire as well. Without hesitation, Eri and Mosnell race towards the town. The other group hangs back, trying to see if anybody's okay, trying to hand out potions or get information out of these newfound prisoners. Entering the town, Eri and Mosnell waste no time trying to find out what's going on. A goblin raid has pillaged the town, and bodies are strewn everywhere. People like the town master or the local trader are lying dead inside the town. It isn't until our characters can hear the sounds of battle do they finally find at Sister Geraldine's temple to Tymora a standoff occurring. In glorious paladin armor, white and blue with gold stars etched into her armor, is Liliana. Using the legendary Frostbrand sword, she is trying to hold off the goblin onslaught from killing what remains of the town held up inside the church. At the top step of the church is Bilton and Darian shooting crossbow bolts or longbow shots into the goblin attackers. A hobgoblin actually stands present as well. Eri help as Liliana falls to fatigue. They clear out the remaining goblins only for reinforcements to come in just in time to get flanked by our heroes coming to the aid of Mosnell and Eri. Ulazal, Jaqualdin, and Flamma are able to dispatch of the remaining goblins. Just as the fight is coming to an end and some incredible showcases of powers from all of our team members and the surprised Liliana, a human comes out in line with the goblins holding Carp hostage with a knife to his throat. A last-minute standoff happens where a hostage is about to have their throat cut. Eri, with no other options remaining, tries to take an arrow shot at the human holding Carp hostage. Before he takes his shot, he looks for Liliana for a look of approval. Being held up by Darian and Bilton, she gives him a nod of approval as poison is causing her to lose consciousness. But as Eri takes his shot, she dives for one of Bilton's loaded crossbows and is able to get a shot off as well. Both arrows go, Ares misses, but Liliana strikes true, damaging the human holding Carp hostage. Mosnell, turning around, finishes the job by decimating the human into three separate pieces with his giant axe. As Carp falls to the ground, Sister Geraldine runs from the church and casts a spell to save his life before he bleeds out. And that was episode 4 of the Zenya campaign, The Lost Mines of Phandelver. It was one that was almost entirely combat heavy, not as much lore, but some really interesting stuff that was setting up the next couple episodes. Episodes 5 and 7 are up. I need to render out 6. Please forgive the audio. I'm still upgrading things as it goes. I'm probably going to make the jump up to shotgun microphones for the people that are here. The only problem is they're $180 a piece with tax. So they're large upgrades to be doing that I'll be doing slowly as time goes on until we get all this fixed. I just invested in a soundboard as well, which seems to be going better, but I would like this to be much better audio, and the production value is getting there as well. So without any further ado, I encourage you to go check out those videos of episodes 5 and 7 and 6 as soon as it uploads. Some episode did get corrupt, sadly, so you missed out. I'm pretty sure I explained it too, but on a little sequence inside Thunder Tree that's coming up. So enjoy, and I'd love to know what you all think about the secrets in Tymora's temple that you'll see in an upcoming episode as well. I'm Rouse27. I hope you've enjoyed my silly little D&D recap and campaign. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.